Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm on my way to go get it as always, man. I hope y'all doing the same. Thank God it's Friday. You see what I'm saying? Get to take a couple days off from work. You know what I mean? Just enjoy the weekend with my son. On the road to 3K. We about to hit that 2100 mark at any time now. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. All right, y'all, this is going to be like my final, few videos about Shakur Stevenson, man. Obviously, he just fought not too long ago and got a dominant, unanimous decision over Artem Harutyunyan. And I just wanted to speak on exactly what's been going on with Shakur Stevenson lately, all the criticism he's been going through, and if actually his personality traits are what's going to help him become the superstar that he needs to be. Now, obviously, since he's defeated Artem Harutyunyan, he's been coming at everybody and their mom on social media. He went at it with Cam and Mace. I just seen him going at it with Andre Berto and, Ishe Smith. Everybody and their mom he's been coming at, bro. Nobody's been exempt from the shit talking from Shakur Stevenson. Even with, followers that he doesn't even know, he's just going at it with everybody. I guess that's his way of venting. I don't know if it could be his way of venting. It could also just be, him being in his feelings or whatever the situation is. But in all honesty, just really looking at Shakur Stevenson's tweets and stuff like that, I'm starting to think that it's not really emotions with Shakur. I think that he genuinely enjoys being the bad guy. I think that he genuinely enjoys talking shit. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man, whenever I have some time on my hands or whenever I feel like doing it, talking shit could be fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just a hood thing. I don't know what the fuck it is. You see what I'm saying? But regardless, I'm going to speak on Shakur Stevenson, how the way he's been moving and how it could genuinely help him. Now, let's just look back at the past, man. You see what I'm saying? It don't even got to be the past. It could be from this, current era as well. And we could look at some of the trash talkers that's currently in the sport of boxing, whether we talking about, probably the most famous example, Floyd Mayweather. When he was going through his Pretty Boy Floyd era, he talked a whole lot of shit, man. Like when he had that 24/7 series on HBO, he had did a 24/7 with Oscar De La Hoya, man. He terrorized Oscar De La Hoya, disrespected him, called him all types of bitches, and pulling out the golden rooster, saying that it was Oscar, criticizing his performances in previous fights. Just went out of his way to disrespect him every time. And there was a strong dislike for Floyd Mayweather all around the boxing world at that point in time. They felt like he was being too arrogant, was being too cocky. And, Floyd adopted the role of the heel real well. He adopted the role of the bad guy really well. And it paid off dividends for him at the end, because at the end of the day, whether they wanted to see him win or lose, they tuned in to see him. You know what I'm saying? And then what they did, they just socked it to his pocket at the end of the day. So he strategically used that role in order to get people to tune in and watch his fights, because I think he understood from a stylistic standpoint, a lot of people weren't too pleased with the hit and not get hit style, similar to Shakur Stevenson. So he adopted, he found a way to tug on people's emotional strings. You know what I'm saying? He found a way to tug at their emotions, and they be like, you know what, I don't like that Floyd guy. I think he's going to really genuinely lose this fight. So I'm going to tune in and see if this is the day that he's going to lose. And Floyd just rinsed and repeat from there. You see what I'm saying? Kept doing it. Kept talking crazy. Talked crazy to Victor Ortiz. Talked crazy to Shane Mosley. You know what I'm saying? When he got hurt by Shane Mosley, just look at the crowd's reaction. They couldn't believe that had happened, and they really thought that it was the day that Floyd was going to get knocked out or even possibly lose. You see what I mean? What I'm trying to say is Floyd didn't have the most exciting style in boxing, especially when he transitioned over to Money Mayweather. And I think he understood that, and he knew that his style alone wasn't going to be able to sell tickets or get him to become that megastar that he wanted to be. So what he did was he just found a way to, get people in their feelings. He found a way to, disturb the consumer, really get them, disliking him. So, they could really tune in to see if, you know what I mean? They just wanted to, they just preyed on his downfall, and as a result, they paid to see bouts that they thought that he may possibly lose. Even the Canelo Alvarez one. A lot of people were convinced that Canelo Alvarez would beat him. They thought Shane Mosley would beat him. They thought Ricky Hatton would beat him since he was a pressure fighter and he was undefeated. Even with Manny Pacquiao, he didn't even talk much in the Manny Pacquiao fight, but there was a whole lot of trash talk years prior. And they tuned in because they thought Pacquiao had what it took to defeat Floyd. But regardless, what I'm saying all of that to say, I think that Shakur Stevenson is, adopting that same role. He came in as a kid under the Top Rank banner, just a nice smile and everything. Was pretty. Well, I'm not gonna say he had a nice smile, but you get what I'm saying. Just constantly smiling, and he had like the nice kid role. He had that look as like of a nice kid. You feel what I mean? But then as he, started to get criticism from fans and stuff like that, he started to truly reveal who he was, and started speaking his mind. You know what I mean? I think that he's adopting the same role as Pretty Boy Floyd. And with Shakur Stevenson getting a lot of criticism from his previous performances and stuff like that, I think that this is Shakur Stevenson's best chance to, really make nothing out of something. You know what I mean? He understands that, a lot of people aren't really appeased with his style. They're very critical of his style. So maybe he just needs to, have that I don't give a fuck personality in order to get people's attention, because obviously his style is not going to be the thing to do it. So maybe his trash talking, his arrogance, and just him adopting the role of the bad guy is going to be enough in itself to get people's attention and constantly tune into his fights. If your style is not going to be the thing that do it, maybe your outside antics will be able to neutralize all of that. You see what I'm saying? So I think that Shakur Stevenson, despite what people may say about Shakur, they don't like how the way he's moving. They think he's too emotional. That may all be true. I think that Shakur is a highly emotional individual. However, he could take that personality trait in itself and make dollars off of it. He can maximize his bag by just continuing to be that way. Because the more that, he lashes out and the more that he talks crazy and hurts people's feelings, the more that, he'll develop like a following of people that genuinely want to see him lose. And people that genuinely want to see him lose, they'll pay to tune into his fights. That's just the reality of the situation. They say haters are fans too. You feel what I mean? They say haters are fans too because, they praying on your downfall. They want to see you come up short, and they'll make a whole fucking fight party just praying that you come up short in your next bout. You feel what I mean? And I think that Shakur Stevenson, he has a lot of the fans' attention now, whether negative or positive. And I think that he could genuinely take advantage of this situation. That's just my personal opinion. You see what I'm saying? I think that Shakur could really get a bag off of his haters. So that's just my perspective on the whole situation. And I know it's possible because I see people do it before Shakur Stevenson. Even with guys like, let's just say, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder wasn't the biggest trash talker in the world, but he said a lot of things that ruffled people's feathers. And he developed a strong, following of people that genuinely disliked him. And, when he got into big fights with like Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz and shit like that, there was a lot of people that was tuning in just to see Deontay Wilder lose. Don't get it fucked up, y'all. Just because these boxers have haters doesn't mean that they cannot capitalize off of that situation. I don't think that hurts their brand at all because we've seen haters pay top dollar to see fighters lose. You see what I'm saying? So that's my overall take on the situation, man. What do y'all think about this? Shakur Stevenson, emotional ways could be the reason why he could be one of the next stars coming up in boxing right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. This Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.